Hey y'all, welcome to episode 9 of the Stay at Home Son podcast. And today we have a very special episode, but then again, when is it not a special episode? We're going to be reviewing Mayhem Films film Cocaine Roach. And if y'all remember, we recently reviewed Mayhem's film's recent film, Bullets, Blades, and Blood. And I will tell you, this movie was a lot different. And honestly, I like this movie a lot more. So, Thomas, you want to give a little bit of the rundown? Because there's a lot to this movie, that's for sure.
Well, from what I understand, two guys basically lose their job and they take a gig delivering drugs, but I guess for whatever reason the dealer, I guess he's the dealer or whoever the head is, felt the need to lock them in the den until he got there, but he was preoccupied with a pretty lady, so in while this is going on, there are roaches all around the place and in the cocaine and stuff too. And two of them actually end up dying. But I think my favorite part of this movie is actually the humor because like my favorite scene in this whole movie is the one guy. There's a two guys and there's a lady. So the one guy met up with the lady, but he didn't know that the lady knew the other guy beforehand, and the guy still loves him, so still loves her, so he shot him in the stomach, and then he apologizes to him for shooting him in the stomach as if like they bumped into to each other on the street or something, which I thought was very funny.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny about how nonchalant he was about the, hey, I almost killed you or could possibly kill you. I thought it was kind of funny too how you realize later why this guy's being such a hard ass to the one stoner character because he's with the girl he loved. So I feel like at the start you don't really realize that and you just think he's being like, a drug guy, a drug cartel leader or whatever. And he's really not. He's really just heartbroken and butthurt that his girl's with someone else. So I think that's kind of funny. There's a lot to like about this movie, honestly. One thing I will say about this movie is it's not a serious movie. It doesn't take itself seriously, and that's one of its charms because a lot of horror comedies, sometimes they try to make it a little more horror. This was very, let's just make this comedy, let's just make this funny, let's just make this enjoyable and pleasurable. And I think they did a good job there. They didn't have a hard time balancing it. And I think the acting was very good. I thought the two stoner duo was very believable, how they were just basically spending their whole lives just trying to score some crack and cocaine. I thought that was pretty good. I thought the dynamic and chemistry was really good, especially from the two stoner dudes. And there was a lot of funny little things in this movie. So Thomas, you got any other like little moments that you thought were pretty funny? Because there's so many in my opinion. We could just talk about that half the review.
I also thought the reason they broke up was pretty ridiculous. They were arguing over the Diva Big Deal show, which I guess is a parody of like the Kardashians or like Real Housewives or like one of those. So I mean, I thought that was pretty funny too, because like, well, he's like, why'd you throw her out of the car? And he threw her out of the car over the show. So I thought that was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, the diva big deal subplot going on was really funny because it just was on the screen. It was funny too because it looked like it was the same actor who played his girlfriend was playing the diva big deal too. So it was kind of funny seeing the same lady just dressed
Co
differently on the thing.
Coincidentally, that's how the other guy met her because she was just sitting on the sidewalk because she was thrown out over Diva Big Deal, and then the other two met.
Yeah, and I just thought it was hilarious about that. I also thought it was funny how they had like that fake cereal they made because like with brand sponsorship deals, you can't like use like Kellogg's cereal in movies sometimes because they'll give you a hard time. So they had to like make like a fake cardboard cutout and it had the director's face on it. I thought that was really funny. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but I noticed that right away, and I thought that was absolutely hilarious. That killed me because, like I said, filmmaking man, they make it so hard to use brands and logos on certain things. So he probably would
That's
have
like
got
one of
the.
those things where like you look for like little things you like put it on a bill like a bingo board or something. You cross, oh look, there's the off-brand cereal.
Yeah, every time, take a shot every time you see the off-brand cereal on the thing. That'll be kind of funny. I thought there's a lot to like about this movie. One thing I liked about it too, it was only an hour and 10 minutes, and I think for horror comedy, that's about the as long as you should go with those kind of things because any longer on just like horror kind of funny comedy, it kind of drains a little bit. And I thought the pacing was really good for the film. I thought maybe the pacing was a little slow when it got to the point where they were in the trap house and the guy was guarding it. I thought that they maybe could have sped that up a little bit till the roaches came out and attacked them. But other than that, I thought the movie progressed really quick. I thought that it was entertaining, and I thought that they got from point A to point B to point C to point D at a very reasonable time. And I thought that was pretty good. So I would say pacing in this film is what makes it funny because you're not really just sitting around waiting for stuff. It's like boom, 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 boom. And it's just a nice little quick, funny movie to watch.
I feel like too this is more kind of like our film in the sense where like you don't really see the bear until like the end, where like you're not gonna see the roaches until like I guess like halfway through the what you call like the den scenes, if you want to call it that, like the shabby drug den scene, because like
Oh, the trap house.
yeah, the trap house, I guess if you want to call it
That's
that.
what they call it. Yeah, the trap
Okay,
house.
that's yeah. If you're halfway through the trap house scenes, then you'll start seeing some of the roaches. Like, oh, that's why it's called Cocaine Roach.
Yeah, and I will say, speaking of the actual roaches, the CGI on the roaches was very good. Like I thought the way it moved and like the believability of it. Like if you looked at it too long, you could tell, okay, that's not real. But like for the short amount of time they showed it on, it was pretty good because that's the thing with low budget. If you're trying to do props or like a creature or a horror villain, you got to make it really short because if you have it out there too long, they'll see all the fakeness of it. So that's kind of what we did with Payne's Branch. We had the bear on screen for probably like literally 5 seconds, but those 5 seconds it looked pretty real because that's all we could get through. So I think they did a good job with not overdoing the CGI with the roaches. That way it kind of did look real when it was on. And it gave it more time to focus on characters because I think this movie is really the cocaine roaches are one thing, but what really makes the movie is the stoner character duos. I thought that was really what was made it the most funny.
I couldn't tell that it was CGI until they disappeared, and I'm like, oh, they're not real because they just like disappeared off the screen.
Yeah, that was it was I thought it was pretty good. They did a good job on their CGI. I thought the music choices for the film was actually pretty good. There was a couple songs at the start of it which they were she was in their house nodding off on crack while her daughter was cooking. I thought that was a little bit, maybe a little pandering music. I thought it was just kind of not the best, but the rest of the soundtrack throughout it was actually very good. I like the scene where they were driving in the intro. So I would say soundtrack was very solid for it. And
That Cocaine Roach song at the beginning, was that made by him? Because
I think it was, and I applaud him for that because music copyright is so annoying in film. So if you're able to make your own songs, go ahead and do that. But yeah, dude, I think he made that song for the film.
yeah, I was trying to figure that out throughout the whole thing. I'm like, it was pretty good. It's a pretty good way to start the movie instead of like a generic song everybody knows, come with your own song.
Yeah, no, I'll give him mad props for that. I think this is his style. I think he should focus more on these kind of horror comedies. I know he probably likes crime. I mean, I like Bullets, Blades, and Blood. I thought it was entertaining at parts, but I would definitely probably not watch it again. But I would definitely watch Cocaine Roach again, and honestly recommend Cocaine Roach. I think it's a really enjoyable hour and 10 minutes of your time.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I definitely like this one. I said this one. I think this one is probably top three of like ones we reviewed so far.
Yeah, I would put it up there. I would put it up there with like Wigwam's Wizard of Oz. That one was really good too. I'll put it up there with those guys. I mean, this was a really good film. And also, let's talk about the cover, dude, because that's the first thing you mentioned when I showed you that we were reviewing this film this week. The cover of that with the skull, the cocaine, and that go in it. That looks so cool.
Yeah, it did look. I did like it. It did look really cool. But I was trying to figure out what was the skull for? Is it because the two guys died, or
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of just symbolizing death and cocaine. I thought it was pretty good. It's also kind of an anti-drug message. I mean, I don't think that's really what they were going for, but I mean, I think if you were thinking about doing drugs, watching this movie might make you realize this is not the life you want. So I always applaud movies that kind of try to show that no good comes out of drugs, even if it just means that you're going to get attacked by crack addict roaches.
and if they really need extra side cash, couldn't they have like I don't know, like bus tables at a restaurant or something? They really have to go for the cocaine deal.
Yeah, it was so funny too. I don't know if you saw the scene. I really liked the chemistry between the two stoner dudes, but the one time when they were decide that they want to go score some cocaine instead of going to work, the one stoner dude makes a call to work, like a fake phone call, and it pretends he's sick. He's like, I'm sick. I have to. And then he gets fired. I thought that was really funny how he pretended to be sick, and that totally backfired.
So one thing I'm trying to figure out is at the end, they have the drug enforcement agency come to the house, and like she comes up with her hands up, but like then we see her like back with her daughter. Like, did she not get arrested or something?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I was kind of confused. It almost makes me think that the cycle continues, or I don't know. Maybe that's what they're trying to hint at. I was a little confused by that point. But at that point, I was still laughing so hard because their first instinct when the roaches were coming to start shooting at the roaches. I thought that was hilarious. Just thinking that you're just gonna shoot one roach at a time is at the play. That was funny. But yeah, all in all, this was a really short, fun, entertaining movie. I think if you sit down and just want to see, honestly, this would be a good movie to
I
watch if you are a stoner, because
I
you're
think one
probably,
last point I want to make before you is that we never get a follow up with the guy that was supposed to be there and the lady. Like he never
yeah,
comes there himself. Like I guess legend says he's still at the bar with her. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know, the guy who was trying to rizz up that girl at the bar the whole time instead of going to the trap house. Yeah, I thought I thought the characters were good all the way around. I thought the drug lord characters were good. It was just an enjoyable film. I enjoyed every hour and 10 minutes of that. So, any final thoughts, Thomas?
Um, I think you summed up pretty nicely. I thought it was a very funny movie. Like I said, it's a top three of ones we reviewed so far, and I definitely might have to give it another watch.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just a nice, short, fun, entertaining movie. Now, I want to say one thing real quick for the people watching. If you're interested in having us review your film, feel free to shoot us a DM, shoot us a comment. We're very lax on how we accept payments. We charge $5 for short reviews, $10 for feature reviews, and $20 for a full-length interview where you get to come on and discuss your project. We don't really rate stuff as like a 9 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 or anything like that. We kind of just talk and have a discussion. So if you want to hear your film through a very honest light from two filmmakers themselves, feel free to let us know because I know there's a lot of competition out there in this, and I think we offer a very interesting bargain and a good price. So we're looking to book out, and if you're looking to get your film reviewed, feel free to hit us up. But for now, this is the end of episode 9, Cocaine Roach. Give it a watch when you get a chance, and remember, stay at home.